Hi, I'm Rebecca. I'm the Psych coach, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how to think like a winner. Having a positive, robust, enthused mindset about life makes things more enjoyable, and it's a skill a lot of us can practice. I'm going to teach you 5 tips to help you think in a positive way and to help you think far more like a champion than you may be doing already. Tip number 1 is identify your past successes. If you want to give yourself a boost, if you want to give yourself a bit of a pep talk before dealing with new challenges, it's really important to remind yourself of how well you've done historically. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind that you will have had successes throughout your life. You may be keen to minimise them, you may have chosen to ignore them, you may not particularly value them, but you have to dig deep and find successes. Meaningful encounters you've had with people, things that you've done well, things that you've succeeded at, things that you've been praised for. All of these count as successes. And if you can create a list in your mind or literally on your phone or on a piece of paper of all your successes, you will bolster yourself to feel really good about future challenges. If you don't believe me, then you can try the opposite, which would be focusing on all the things you haven't done very well at, focusing on the negatives in your life, focusing on the things you haven't done very well or you may have failed at, and see how that impacts your confidence. There is no doubt that focusing on past successes has an impact on our confidence and thus helps us think like a winner. When people have a winning mindset, they do not focus on their failures. Tip number 2 is know you are capable. Now you have your list, whether it's mentally or written down, of all your historical successes, they're going to remind you that you are perfectly capable of succeeding. You are perfectly capable of doing well at things that you want to do well at. Having that mindset of, I can do this, I can achieve, I'm good enough to do this, really helps boost your confidence and gives you the energy to go into tasks thinking, I can do this well. Going into tasks thinking like a winner is going to be far more beneficial to you than going into something thinking, I don't think I'm going to do this very well, I don't know if I'm capable, I'm not sure I've got what it takes. Reminding yourself of successes, telling yourself that you can do it and you are capable and you have done successful things before will help boost you. Tip number 3 is visualise having that successful moment. For an athlete, that might be winning a race. For someone who plays a musical instrument, it might be playing a piece of music really well. For someone who needs to close a deal, it could be closing a deal. For someone who's about to perform on stage, it could be doing performance well. For someone who wants to do well in an interview, it could be visualising that. For someone who wants to imagine being able to say no to a family member, visualise doing that. Visualise what you're identifying in this situation as a success. Play it out in your mind. Think about what it will feel like to complete that task successfully. Think about what it will feel like for your confidence to have done it well. Really play out in vivid detail in your mind what things feel like when they are a success. And play that out over and over again in the lead up to doing whatever it is you want to do. That will help get your mindset in the right frame of mind for, okay, I'm going to deal with this and I've really got my eye on the prize here. Tip number 4 is to also visualise coping with difficulties. So it's all very well to say focus on yourself doing really well, focus on everything going in a really, really straightforward fashion. But of course things don't go like that. Hurdles come in our way. You may be in an interview and suddenly get really anxious. You may be on stage and suddenly forget your lines. You may be having a difficult call with a friend and then suddenly feel completely overwhelmed. So things don't go well. And that's totally fine. That doesn't mean something isn't successful, but there is such a value in you not only imagining a successful outcome, but you also thinking about what difficulties may come up during that successful route to the outcome and how you will deal with them. So if you're imagining an interview, for example, and you think, oh, imagine if I got really anxious, what I want you to do is to visualise watching the anxiety come and for you to think, okay, well, I know what this is. I know how to deal with this. I know it will come and I know it will go back down again. Because visualising challenging and difficult situations will help prepare you for them when they actually happen. So really focus on troubleshooting those difficulties by visualising. Tip number 5 is to use pictures to help manifest the success. So take photos of what you would identify as success in the particular situation you're dealing with. What would that look like? Do you have photos of you having historically achieved that success? Have you got photos of other people in your world achieving that success? Have photos to hand. You can maybe print them out, put them on your bathroom mirror, have them on your phone so you can look at them on your way to work in the mornings or when you first get up, because pictures motivate us. They activate our brain a little, they get us excited about what success may be, and that motivation will again put us in a good mindset for actually achieving success. So use photos of what success is to you, ideally you, but it could be someone else, and look at them daily to keep up your levels of motivation for succeeding in whatever you want to. I can't emphasize enough that, if you try at something and it doesn't go well and it doesn't turn out the way you planned, that's fine. It's still a success because you tried, and you can use that experience to inform you for the next time to try again. Don't stop focusing on success and troubleshoot the difficulties along the way so when they arise, you know how to deal with them. If you've enjoyed today's tips, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel, and I will give you plenty more tips for how to use psychology to think like a winner and enjoy life.